Look at who's on our panel. It's Lars.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Bingo bongo.
How long did it take to get painted up like that?
Too long.
Too long.
Yeah.
All right. Any other cosplayers in the audience? Let's, if you don't mind standing up and showing what you got. What are you? Hey, Honor. Very good. What are you? You're such a critic.
Kidding.
So he did show up. All right. How about you in the background? The one with the lab coat. You look like my doctor. What are you? Cool. All right.
We are now live.
Gordon Freeman.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
Very good. Okay.
Hey, buddy, how's it feel to know that Half-Life 3 is never coming out?
There might be a fan version of it. How about you?
Yeah, there is. It's called Hunt Down the Freeman.
Hey, nice? Very good. All right, Pigeon Man. Nice, very good.
Epic.
And then we got Wendy's over there in the corner. Nice, very good.
Sassy anime Wendy's.
Yeah, very cool.
Smug Wendy for life.
I feel kind of weird when I see corporations doing like their tweeting and being like persons. I'm like, I don't know if I should trust you or not. You're a company with ulterior motives. But then they have hot meat.
Saber, you can trust me.
I can? Okay. Does the Pizza Party podcast have like a joint like Twitter account that does like hot memes and things like that?
I'm pretty sure a fan has done that or something.
Oh, there is one actually.
Yeah.
Isn't it like PPP fan dubs or something? Yeah.
It is.
If you're here right now, thanks. Also, if the person who invented Nolan Jetstream is here, I have some choice words for you. So.
So who here? This is their first year at MomoCon. Yeah. Okay. Wow. A lot. Very cool. Y'all having a good time?
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
It's my first time here too. I've lived in Georgia since 1996, and I've never been to Dragon Con or MomoCon. Any Dragon Con veterans here? It's a much bigger con, right? Yeah. Okay. Got more walking. I was told like it's multiple hotels, and yeah. 6 or 7? Gosh, what are some tips for people who are new to cons? What's some good advice besides wearing deodorant? Hydrate. Okay. Buy your own food. Oh, bring your own food. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, the 6-2-1 rule. Are you all familiar with the 6-2-1 rule? Okay, so it's I think
6 hours of sleep.
6 hours sleep a day.
2 meals a day.
2 meals a day.
Shower a day.
1 shower a day. I think that's a pretty good set of rules.
I
like that.
I do the reverse of that actually.
People get it reversed sometimes, where they sleep 1 hour a day, they take 6 showers, and they forget to eat altogether.
That was us last
What about the number?
Yeah?
What about the number for washing hands?
Dude, wash your hands. If
you're
anybody,
gonna-
you do not want con crud. That is going to wreck your week because you have con depression the following week, and then you'll actually have like disease as well. You don't want that.
Y'all better be washing your hands when you're shaking ours. Good God.
Those hand sanitizer stations are a godsend. Really, they're very good. Make sure you wash your hands. I'm having a flashback to 2nd grade with my teacher. Wash your hands, Stephen. I'm like, no, I don't need to do that.
Steven Universe?
And Steven! All right.
Oh.
Well, anybody in here who's like completely have no idea what this panel's about? Okay.
I
Me
think
too.
all of us too.
We don't either.
This one's called The Future of Animation, correct?
Oh yeah, I'm
some
moderating.
reason?
That's right. Yeah. I guess so.
Give me a rundown of what our agenda is for this, because is this gonna be mostly Q&A?
Reboots, Thundercats.
That was my joke.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, reboot the joke and you do it.
Reboot the show. Because I think we start at 2:30 and we got 4 minutes left, so folks are still rolling on into the room. So we'll give it a little bit of time before we kick things off. We're also still assigning some posters here. Izzy here drew us up this awesome poster. Can I show it off to the audience?
do it.
Check this
Do
out.
it.
We're all on it, and it's so cool.
Yeah. And everybody who attended here is gonna get it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We spent the last half an hour signing it. Like, I don't know how many copies we did.
We killed some Sharpies in the process.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Some of these
It was
signatures are
an
kind
absolute slaughter. Yeah, there's a bunch. There should be enough for everyone in the room. So thank you, Izzy. It's really
yeah,
kind
for
of
sure.
you. I see a hand up. What's up? That's my Jimsona. No, I think that's a character that Izzy put in there just to mix things up.
Well, while we're waiting, I might as well explain the poster. So, like, we were talking about doing some kind of giveaway here, and everyone was too busy, so I volunteered to do it. And I wanted to do something like One Piece styled, where like we're all together, and like a giant pizza felt very One Piecey, right? And intergalactic, because I'm more familiar with the Pizza Party podcast, and I became friends with the rest of the side of the table. And so I was kind of a little bit.
What the heck? The illusion's broken. You're not Mayor Dewey.
You look like now you're a pink Dr. Evil.
It's fine.
But yeah, I knew this crew really well, so there's a lot more personality to them. But I wanted to like have a goth like alien girl like pushing Pan's face. I wanted to be like fawning over her. I knew Jim had to have some kind of drink in his hand because that's like your thing.
Yeah.
And then Nolan was the only one that gave me actual like notes. He drew up a sketch of him like aggressively eating pizza.
I do
It
love
really
my
fits
pizza.
the picture.
I just have a question. Why am I holding a bong?
Okay, I legitimately intended it to be like one of those like silly giant cups you get like at like theme parks or something.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to come up with like science-shaped things. It wasn't intended to be a bong, but
Sure,
I
it
guess-
wasn't.
But it makes me look cooler. Like,
Aren't you also the one that's like 17 or something?
1700 years old?
There will
Older
be
than
no cussing in this good Christian panel.
My dad will find out if any of you swear, and he's very angry, so.
Saber, you're on the wrong side. We're supposed to go by age.
Age? Okay, wait. So, because I know, Jim, you're 62, right?
Yes.
Okay, very cool. All right.
Hey, Jim, how was the Civil War? Was it okay?
I mean, the Civil War was pretty cool.
Okay.
It worked out on my side, so
You can actually see Jim's signature on the Declaration of Independence, where it says
yeah,
Age
it was
Jim.
pretty. It was pretty cool. It was much like how we signed this poster. We did.
Yeah, is
all
this the
way up.
Sharpies died off
But
as well?
Jefferson, I was like, dude, like, don't take up so much space, bro. I gotta sign this too.
What about Hancock? Wasn't he like the one who's like?
Hancock's just like, I mean, he doesn't have that in his name for nothing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Hancock is a real Hancock for sure.
It's like, calm down, you know.
Kind of like President Johnson.
I heard
Boo.
that Lyndon B. Johnson was a really bizarre president because, like, he'd go into the bathroom and, like, he was okay. So is this a Christian panel after all? Are we? Am I allowed to say?
The Johnson panel's afterwards.
Okay, very good. The Lyndon B. Johnson Q&A panel.
I'm just really glad that out of all the presidents that did that, it was the one named Johnson.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, apparently Lyndon was very proud of his manhood, and he'd go into like the bathroom with like ambassadors and whip out his thing and be like, check out how big my dong is. And this is actually like on record. So yeah, he was an interesting fella.
Also,
So animation.
Yeah, so about Steven Universe.
yeah, it's
That's a good
2:30.
segue.
It's 2:30,
It's
which means
2:30.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and roll it out.
hi.
Are we streaming?
Yeah.
Are we live?
Yeah, are we live?
Everybody?
Where's the guy that's gonna like tell us we are?
The guy who's operating the camera, I'm
Yes,
assuming.
you
Are we
are
live?
Oh, we're live.
Okay, awesome.
Hey everybody on the Twitch stream and in the audience, can we get like a route or whatever you call it?
Yeah.
That's barely applause.
Come on, 90s kid.
Yeah, come on, 90s kid. All right. All right, thank you all for coming to this wonderful Sunday panel. It's dead quiet out here because it's a very religious day, and this room is the exact opposite of that. This is the Future of Animation panel, where we are going to be discussing and theorizing about the future of animation, which means we will be talking about nothing except for reboots. We're going to introduce everybody, starting with me and then just going down the line. My name is Nolan. I'm the moderator. I'm sorry. Who's next?
I'm Izzy. I actually do animation for a living, and I'm also on the Pizza Party podcast.
Oh, hey, it's me, Jim. How's it going?
I'm Pan. I'm the second most popular one here because SABERSparks has more subscribers than me now.
Ouch.
How do you use them?
Hello, I'm Kevin, or Ostrich. I am the creator of the ROUNDTable, one of the hosts on there.
No, that's Lars.
Yes, I'm Lars.
All right, who be next?
Bingo bongo.
Stop hogging the spotlight.
Okay.
What did I just say?
My friend is on the way of glue, so if in the middle of this panel you see someone just like gluing this back on.
Don't glue yourself during a panel.
Who's next?
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm the host of Let's Talk with Tom and the Runaway Club on the Roundtable.
Hello, I'm Retro Nemo. I'm from the Roundtable, and you bet I spent all morning painting Kevin's face in our Airbnb.
Was it an intimate experience?
Yeah, I'm getting better every time.
Oh my God.
I'm PALEOSteno, and I make videos on the internet.
And my name is SABERSpark.
What did I do specifically?
We'll see it be ruined together.
Yay.
All right, so since this is the future of animation panel, I feel we should probably just start off by talking about the future of animation.
That's good.
So are there any cartoons you guys are looking forward to that are coming out? Any like Disney movies or like Blue Sky?
Oh, there was just something just announced from Disney that's going to be coming out in 2020, I think, or not 20, or maybe like past 2020. But it's called Dragon Empire. It's gonna be after Frozen 2, so I'm excited for it because since Gigantic was shelved, because I was really looking forward to that one. But Dragon Empire sounds interesting, mainly because it's dragons.
Isn't that a BioWare game?
That's Jade Empire.
Oh, right, okay.
Or Dragon Age.
What's the Platinum game that was canceled?
Scalebound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Scalebound.
Didn't have
Rest
dragons in it.
rest in peace, Kamiya. You'll just spend the rest of your life being angry on Twitter.
With who?
What? Wouldn't be the first time. Anybody else? What about you guys down the row? You know.
The Owl House on Disney because it has an anime art style, so it's good by default. That's just a rule.
Oh, of course, right? Yeah.
Boy.
That and also there's Sony is producing a Ultimate Spider-Man, or not like a Spider-Man universe movie later this year.
It looks really good, but it's Sony, so.
I mean,
I heard they lost half of the script for that one. It just sort of
Really?
disappeared, yeah.
How do you lose half a script?
It's Sony, of course they lost.
It was an Infinity War joke. Don't.
Well, Shane, this movie isn't part of the MCU, so I'll let you know. Never mind.
I should also mention. Just
Staying off.
Just leave the wig off. Just leave it off. We're
You're
going to
like
be doing
a
this all
pink
day.
Mr. Clean.
All right.
Or Diglett or something. I don't know. So this show is already existing, but DuckTales 2017 I've been enjoying so much.
It's so good.
I didn't make it, so, but no, I realized like they took elements of the old show, and they really gave it a nice coat of paint, and it's like a great example of doing something like bringing nostalgia and giving it justice without having to pander. Because Powerpuff Girls 2016, hated it, absolutely awful. I hate the direction they went with it because they didn't really use too much of the elements of the old show, but DuckTales got it right. So I've been enjoying that. I know I think they're rolling out some new episodes again, and Lin-Manuel Miranda's is in it, so that's pretty cool too.
Ooh.
Darkwing Duck just appeared in it. Yeah. He finally came. He's a character in a TV show within that universe.
That's awesome.
And no, they did such a really cool thing with Launchpad because Launchpad used to be like a big fan of Darkwing. Well, he still is. And so the reason why Launchpad crashes everything because he lives dangerously because he listens to the motto of Darkwing Duck.
Awesome.
Yeah, but they've already said that that's not the last appearance of Darkwing. So I guarantee, most likely, since Darkwing does his own stunts, he's going to come back as a real hero later.
The DuckTales cinematic universe.
When does Thanos show up?
We gotta get Tailspin in there.
Yeah.
I want Gargoyles to be in the new DuckTales. Yeah.
Somebody made I think my friend Hirasashi asked this question about like Goofy and his last name because it's Max Goof. That's his son's name, so his name is Goofy Goof, right?
Yeah.
If that's
He's
the
like
proper...
Mario.
What's that?
He's like Mario.
Is that Mario's last name is Mario?
Yeah, and Luigi Mario.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
You haven't seen the movie?
I don't remember
You didn't
that.
see the movie?
I've seen it.
That's
but
all
I
canon.
bought it out like a PTSD.
That's all canon.
Oh, funny we mentioned Mario. Who's excited for the Illumination-driven Mario movie?
I'm just hoping that Nintendo is going to be like breathing down their neck like during the whole production of it.
I honestly cannot wait for a Goomba to laugh and then fart. It's gonna be great.
So this, I don't know how this works because like, and chime in on this, but like, okay, so the video game industry obviously has had a bad past with dealing with movies and making their own cinematic universe. Because you look at comic books, they just took off, boom. So the question is, when will games get their chance? But I guess the problem with games is that you play as the character. They don't really talk as much as a comic book character. So how is Mario going to do this? I'm not used to Mario talking. I don't want to hear him like, oh, all the time just screaming
watch
at
the Mario
Luigi.
show?
And what do you all theorize?
Hey, paisanos.
Hey, paisanos.
Mama lasagna, am I right?
Yeah.
Mama Luigi. It's a football.
Nice of the princess to invite us over.
And I guess this also technically counts, but there's also going to be a Sonic movie produced by Tim Miller, the guy who directed the first Deadpool and Fast and the Furious guy.
When is it supposed to come out?
Next year.
Yeah, next
November.
year.
It's gonna compete. It's gonna compete head to head with the Mario movie. So,
Oh my
needless
God.
to say, it's dead.
No, I think that's gotten delayed and switched studios twice. So.
Yeah, it was originally with Sony, and then it switched to Paramount. So,
Because they just let the option lapse, so they're not too into it.
yes, which is surprising because it's Sony, and they'll take literally anything.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna release it along with a new Dreamcast. That's the rumor.
To be fair, Sony won't take anything. They didn't take Popeye.
Oh.
Too soon. Too soon.
Yeah. Look, the good thing about Popeye being canceled is Samurai Jack season 5 happened.
And then he made out. And then he made out with Ashi.
Yeah.
The good thing about that happening was that the first 3 episodes of Samurai Jack season 5 happening.
Rude.
That's true.
I liked most of the season.
In the MCU.
Got any other things you guys are looking forward to?
Well,
Can we talk about what we're not looking forward to?
absolutely.
Wait,
That's what they're all
wait.
here for.
not yet. So, before we get too negative, on
Yes,
the
Dr.
positive,
Evil?
I'm excited for all the Disney XD shows that are moving to Disney Channel, like Big Hero 6, Marlo Murphy's Law, just all their shows, because I think Disney XD is dying. Like they're airing like Fillmore and like Pit Battalion. Yeah,
Wait, Fillmore is awesome.
Yeah, like they had like a promo like everything that's for the summer, and it's literally just old Disney shows like Lilo and Stitch, Fillmore.
Hey, that
How is that a
worked.
bad
Pig
thing?
Battalion. It's not a bad
No,
thing.
like
but
that-
it means the channel's dead.
No, because when they did Toon Disney when it first started, they just re-released all the Disney Afternoon. That's going to introduce a new generation. That's the only reason why I know what Disney Afternoon is. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Plus, also, you guys seen Fillmore, right? Yeah. Okay.
It's not a bad thing. I'm saying like I think they're kind of done putting new stuff on that channel because it was only like in a few households.
I'm probably
the
going to
new
start
Boomerang.
streaming. I mean, like,
yeah.
The Disney app's launching either at the end of this year, next year.
Yes.
And I don't think like that's why cartoon ratings have been down because these networks don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, don't care.
If there's going to be some, Jim, correct me if I'm wrong, and anybody if they want to, but I feel like the biggest factor that's going to determine the future of cartoons will be TV versus streaming, and that transition over to
because if you talk to any kid, they don't know what traditional TV is anymore.
They know Fortnite.
They
damn
watch
it.
HBO Go. They watch YouTube. They watch Netflix. Like any kid nowadays, barely. Like we talk about the schedule of Teen Titans Go. The kids who that appeals to don't watch it. And in fact, the highest rated Teen Titans Go was an on-demand episode.
Yeah,
not
you
an
mentioned
episode.
that.
Yeah, it was because there was a snowstorm on the East Coast, and that was the episode that was on demand, and it got like some ridiculous rating. So I don't think like. As much as we talk about TV and what's going on there, it's really going to be streaming because younger kids, if that's how they know how to consume entertainment, that's how they're going to
That's the
do
future.
it. They're not going to do traditional
That's
TV.
the future of
Traditional
animation.
TV is probably going to die within our lifetime.
Well, it's amazing
Yeah,
because
right.
like YouTube has become the place where that's like their Saturday morning cartoons.
yeah, and I mean that'll help.
Unboxing videos.
That'll help animation in some ways because they'll be able to approve riskier products like movies and shows because they won't have to rely on ratings. They can take a niche audience that'll be loud on Twitter and then approve it. I mean, that's what like the Lady and the Tramp live action remake is going to Disney on demand and stuff like that.
Excuse me?
Yeah, no. I'm not saying they're all good things.
What about the live action Kim Possible?
They're making another Jungle Book.
Like Nerdland didn't get a real theatrical release. It was just a Fathom Events thing, but then it got on Netflix and became a much bigger movie. So I think you're going to see more of that, to be
Interesting.
honest.
All right.
That reminds me, speaking of live action Disney, those are things I'm not looking forward to. Live action remakes.
It's not really
Yeah.
live action anymore. Like, Lion King's not going to be live action.
Yeah, it's just going to be the CG animated movie.
Christopher Robin actually seems like.
Yeah.
Should be interesting.
I like how with the live action Christopher Robin movie, they're trying to do something different, but they're recycling like a same old tired plot plot structure where it's just
Yeah.
like.
The first trailer, I was like, okay, they're doing something different. But it's like, oh, they're going to the city. I was like, oh, no.
New York with the chipmunks.
Hey, sometimes when they go to the city, it's still cool. Homeward Bound 2 was better than Homeward Bound.
True.
Yeah.
What if those Mario and Sonic movies go to the real world? Like, hey guys, what's up?
Oh.
Maybe Mario Odyssey.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
it's like Mario's like, hey, we're in New York City again, and then it's like the origin story of Mario.
No, it'd be New Donk City.
Yeah, it's like New Donk City, except it's in live action, and it's like, hey paisanos, let me help fix your plumbing.
The whole movie's about plumbing.
Maybe Lou Albano can reprise his role.
Or they'll just like look to their
No, I
right
have
and it's
something
the
to tell you about
Olympics.
that.
What's up, Pan?
Pan.
Pan, what?
Pan, what?
What were you gonna tell me?
I don't think Captain Lou Albano is going to do that. I have something to tell you after this.
What? What?
Shh.
Are you on the panel? Nah. Anyway, so why can't is Lou Albano? Does he have like contractual obligations? Or?
Sure.
Okay.
They can
Well,
necromance him.
we can discuss it later.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe Lou Albano will make it for the sequel. We don't know that yet. But what about the Sonic movie? Do you think they're going to get Jaleel White back like they did for
The fan
Eddie,
film?
the Eddie LeBron film?
Anyone seen the fan film of Sonic?
Yeah.
Knuckles have fingers.
Does anybody remember when Doug Walker grew hair for the role? Doug Walker should probably call Eddie LeBron back for some work.
What's Eddie LeBron up to again?
I don't know.
He was like doing some short films or something.
Like
else.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Five Nights at Freddy's or something. I don't know. I know he's working on a Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Speaking of which, there's going to be a Five Nights at Freddy's movie by
Are they still doing it? 'Cause
Yeah.
I know, okay, because I know the
Cri-
budget got like slashed.
and
Okay.
hey, Christopher
Dan
was I thought
No,
I thought
no. Dan Harmon wrote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was being directed by Christopher Columbus, who did Pixels. That would be the best thing ever, by the way.
Christopher Columbus did other things, Nolan.
What?
You know.
What?
Oh, he did Rent.
Motherfucker.
Oh yeah, so that reminded me the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. There's going to be a Minecraft movie next year.
Yes.
And it's being directed by Rob McKinley. How do you say his name?
Ronald McDonald?
McKinley. Yeah, but he's the guy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's directing it.
Ooh.
He's directing Always Sunny's directing a Minecraft movie.
Oh my God.
I have a question for you all. If you can find a show that's no longer airing, like from the 90s or 80s, and bring it back to the modern day for a reboot, what would it be?
Oh, so you're asking the reboot questions for everybody else now?
You better believe it. Nolan want to hear your answer.
I'd say Thundercats, 'cause how could
If
they
it's
go
from
wrong?
the 80s, I would pick Tom and Jerry Tales and recycle the same animation loop for the whole 20 minutes, just to be ironic. What about you, Izzy?
Either Darkwing Duck because I really love that show, or Beast Wars.
You already got Darkwing Duck.
Well, sorta. I want him to have his
sorta.
own show. Okay, fine. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe that cult in Russia would like be very happy with you.
Vladimir Putin.
No, I'm not even joking. Did y'all know there's like a cult in Russia that like loves Gadget from
They
Chip and
worship her.
Dale? It's crazy.
One of my projects in college, we had to do like 3D lighting, and I like found this like picture frame, and I put Gadget in it and made like a little shrine just so I could experiment with fire lighting.
Okay. Jim?
Well, I have two. One, Party of Five. And the second, wow, that didn't land. And the second, the second one, I would actually wouldn't mind if the Max got a reboot. I think that would be cool.
Fuck, you're old. Pan, what about you?
Crap, I forgot what I was going to say. because the last one I said was Rocket Power, since it's so terrible.
That's not an 80s show.
You said 80s or 90s.
90s or whatever.
See?
I'm the moderator, so I'm in charge.
Oh, man.
Too much power.
Skip, I'll get back to me later.
Fine. Dr. Evil.
I can't think of anything eight ladies or 90s, but early 2000s, I would revive Mission Hill. If you have to reboot it, but it deserves a second chance.
That's a
remember
great
now.
choice.
All right,
I
Tom?
want to make a live-action, dark, gritty reboot of Doug.
What would it be like Riverdale?
Oh my God, yes! A river. No, what? Where does Doug live?
Lokesburg.
What?
Blogsburgers?
Blogsburg? Burgersburg? What? Logansburg?
I'll just
Okay, somebody. Whoever made that like Power Rangers parody trailer, make a Doug trailer like that, please.
I just want to like recycle the same
Also-
plot as John Wick.
Wait, you're gonna kill Pork Chop?
No!
Dude, that's not
Skeeter's
cool.
gonna be on the ground bleeding out.
Rest in. All right, Nemo. Since you are like 5, you can pick from like the late 2000s.
I think it's about time we
let
reboot
me
Steven
think.
Universe, right?
Yeah. You know, I just want to be a part of this Doug project. Now that,
Okay.
now that we're talking about that, so
You're
I
not
just
a 90s
I'd be with
kid.
that.
Yeah, that's a good cop out. Okay, whatever. All right, Paleo.
All right, so every like 80s and 90s cartoon that I know of has already been rebooted that I would want to. So an early 2000s one, and since Nick has been doing like these movies and stuff, I want My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
That's a good one. I agree with him. I want that too.
Okay, I'm totally down. Like CalArts, My Life as a Teenage Robot, please.
Well, the creator was already from Cal.
It's not Art Deco anymore.
Got him. I mean, you said 80s properties like that you like have already been rebooted, right, Paleo? 80s properties you like have been rebooted. All of them you like have been rebooted, correct?
Yeah, there's nothing is like coming off the top of my head right now.
Like My Little Pony, which is also getting
that one.
rebooted soon.
Yep.
Did y'all see the My Little Pony leaks?
Yeah, I did.
I still have the flash file of the intro.
Breaking into the Pentagon, stealing files.
I don't think ponies are protected by the Pentagon, but okay, there is one YouTuber named Jenny Nicholson who I love to bits, who discussed like a really awesome My Little Pony reboot idea, which I think is something interesting to talk about. Since my Friendship is Magic is probably on its way out. It's been almost 10 years.
Yeah, like season 9 is supposed to be the last one.
Yeah, since bronies have pretty much changed My Little Pony forever, for better and for the very much worse. What do you guys think?
It's gonna be like friggin' insane when Generation 5 comes.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's go down the row and like ponder like what are they gonna do with ponies? Are they gonna like turn into like anime, like ecchi or something?
There's rumors that it's gonna be a CGI show.
Oh, just like Care Bears.
Yeah.
Do I have any Care Bear bronies here? Oh my God.
Wouldn't Care Bear fans be Care Bear cousins?
It's
Care Bros? Really?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
That was their plan.
Care Bros. Wait, did they have a plan?
Do they have a plan to take out the bronies?
So wait, you're telling me there were like there are these grown ass men who like saw the new Care Bears was coming out. We're like, okay, guys, we're gonna just repeat the brony magic again. We're gonna call ourselves the Care Bros. Like that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Cartoon Brew article on
No,
it.
the company wanted to call it Care Bros.
Oh my God.
So it
that's
didn't actually
depressing.
happen, or it's just guys with a lot of feelings, I think.
That's even more depressing than me. Damn. All right, so we got any more reboots we want to talk about, kids? Do you want to like make some CalArts jokes or anything?
Well, one thing kind of goes hand in hand with both those things, and that's Thundercats Roar was announced last week. People weren't happy. I'm just like, it might be good.
Do people want us to talk about that?
Thank you.
I was hoping everybody everybody would cheer so then I could just like not talk about it and then it would be funny. But you guys kind of just took the wind out of my sails.
Last
so.
panel, we got nothing but like, hey, what do you think of this reboot? What do you think should get rebooted? With this
Yeah,
reboot?
we literally just got reboot questions up the ass.
So we rebooted it for this one.
Yeah, funny. So let me quickly check where we are at.
What do y'all think about the Grinch?
No.
I have a lot of words for that, man.
With Benadryl cucumber.
We were in the theater to see what was it? I think it was the newest. It was a new movie coming out, and they had the Grinch like doing little bumpers in between trailers. And he was making fun of them, and it was so funny hearing Benedict Cumberbatch talk about the Emoji Movie.
Yeah, what he was texting someone and saw a poop emoji and said, "This should be a movie." Wink at the audience.
Yeah, it was like so. It was so on the nose. It was great. Thanks, Illumination.
Why would the Grinch want an emoji movie?
He hates people.
Well, I guess that's the ultimate.
That's the joke.
The ultimate Grinchy thing to do is make an emoji movie.
Yeah, I mean, at least we aren't getting any more live action Dr. Seuss movies, so you know.
Yeah.
Although I do wanna spit out my conspiracy theory that the Cat in the Hat movie was totally meant to be like a Freddy Got Fingered style like a Dr. Seuss adaptation.
I don't understand the hate on Cat in the Hat. I legitimately like that movie.
That movie is like so bad it's funny. Like I feel
right. Like
I feel like I feel like that was like the conceit of it was like, let's take a Dr. Seuss property and like just ruin it. Which is like what Mike Myers does that. Like he did that with the Love Guru in his own career. So yeah. Yeah. The what?
A gun show?
A gun show?
It was actually kind of interesting. They premiered this show and no one knew who the host was. And then like a month, 2 months in or something, they went, "Oh, it's actually Mike Myers."
Oh, so he's okay?
I mean, I guess. He's in Bohemian Rhapsody doing a bit, apparently. Spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, well, thanks. If Mike Myers is watching this stream because he has nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Probably.
Are we doing questions?
Yeah, I was going to say we're about halfway through.
Is that microphone working for people lining up?
I believe so, yeah. So since we're halfway through the show and we've ran out of bits to talk about, we're going to do questions. So everybody go line up at that microphone over there.
Make sure
and if y'all push each other, I swear you're not getting a question. I'm talking about you, Nostalgia Critic.
We will do our best to get to every single one of you.
All right, before we start questions, though, last time we had people ask multiple questions, which was uncool. So if it's one question, and if you go on for too long, we're just gonna. We all have rubber duckies, and the rubber duckies are the power who will be judging you. So, Gordon Freeman, fire away. What's your question?
Is the AAV? Is the microphone?
Is the
on?
microphone on? I was told it would be.
Guys there.
Hello.
Hello.
Quick, stall.
Just move your mouth and I'll ask a question for you. Hello, Pizza Buddy Podcast. I am a big fan. Oh, there you go.
There it is. Thank you. What's your question, Gordon Freeman?
Okay, so I have two questions.
We already told you only do one.
He just said no. Break him down. Get out of line.
Which one do you want to answer? The serious one or the juicy controversial one?
Juicy controversial one.
So after this panel yesterday, I went to the anime YouTubers panel. I was wondering, why are all the cartoon YouTubers separate from the anime YouTubers?
They smell. They don't use deodorant.
That's your controversial question, really?
I honestly think it's just because of YouTube's algorithm.
Yeah, YouTube's algorithm won't let us hang out with them.
I think it's a culture thing. People just kind of gravitate towards their different, like anime is such its own thing that it's got its own group and lines in the sand.
Anime YouTubers are intellectually superior to us, so we can't really do anything.
It also like the cartoon YouTubers, like there's sort of like just kind of starting in the past few years, where the anime stuff has been around for I think a lot longer.
Yeah, because we never really had like a dedicated like fandom for animation. Because I don't know, when you watch a cartoon, it's just like a single cartoon. But I feel like now with like fan theories and stuff, that really picked up.
I'm pretty sure they have self-respect.
That is a lie.
They don't have any
anime self-respect.
Yeah, but thank you for your question, Gordon. Next question.
All right, for all of you, and I have something to give Pan afterwards. On the subject of reboots, has there been like a reboot that you feel is a lot better than the original?
Batman the Animated Series, we answered this yesterday.
Yeah, we answered. Yeah, Batman the Animated.
You were there.
Yeah, you were there. But I guess ROUNDTable and POS can answer since they weren't there.
I'm going to go with Voltron, because if you've seen the original Voltron, it's rough.
Heresy.
Yeah, either Voltron Legendary Defender or Thundercats 2011.
Thundercats Roar?
This might be a controversial answer. DuckTales 2017.
I was going to say.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think it's better. All right. Well, I'm going to give this to Pan real quick.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up? So we're talking a lot about reboots and stuff, and I think Izzy sort of edged on it earlier, but what about spin-offs? Anything that could probably be spin-off to something else? For example,
What?
Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I also was going to mention that The Simpsons is one of the most successful animated shows of all time, and it's also a spin-off. So like that's nothing new.
Yeah.
I really like mentioning that fact because like nobody seems to like think about the fact that it came from the Tracy Ullman show.
Nobody watched that show.
I know, that's why I like mentioning
Actually,
it.
the voice cast all came from the Tracy Ullman show. That's why they're
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah, I feel like they signed up for something and then they accidentally signed with blood another
Yeah.
contract to do The Simpsons. But yeah, thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Tragic.
Have y'all seen my shades?
Oh, I think they're by the bathroom on the 4th floor.
Thanks.
No problem.
Okay. Good luck finding your shades, bro. Next question.
So I'm just gonna add to the whole reboot question.
Thank you.
What were you guys' thoughts on Xiaolin Chronicles?
Bad, very bad.
Confusing.
Chase Young laid an egg and I'll never forgive Christy Huey.
I
was
don't.
awful.
I don't know what it is, but our friend Nesca, like she really hates it. So
Yeah.
They added like CGI segments for the showdowns. They had Tron suits, and it was just really awkward. And like they had to rename a lot of the Shingon Wu because it was a different. I believe it was
WB owned the copyright to the Shengon Wu names for some
So they had
reason.
to change like a lot of them, and like Dojo was like a different color. It was no.
It was like a half reboot, half sequel, and like they never like explained anything.
They also added a mini-me.
Yeah, they added Ping Pong was his name, and his element was wood. Wood's not like an element,
that's
is it?
tasteful.
It isn't Mega Man Battle Network.
You can stop. So yeah, to answer your question, Xiaolin Chronicles cursed me and my family line. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question.
This is a question for all you. What would you say was the worst episode of your favorite cartoons?
Oh, good question.
I guess we'll start from Saber and go down.
Okay, so there's an episode of the Powerpuff Girls, like I think it's in season 5 or 6, where like they mistake the professor's like brother for some hairy Sasquatch, and like the
What?
episode is like super dumb. I hate it. It's really weird.
This episode actually, it's funny because it was the Beatles episode, the Powerpuff Girls. Because as a kid, I hated it because I'm like, I don't get this. But then I became an adult. I'm like, I get it now. Okay, it's pretty clever with its writing.
Bendy.
Oh yeah.
From
Bendy.
Foster's.
Yeah.
Easiest one. You just took the easiest
Okay.
one.
Well,
If
you
you're
know, since the Roundtable is known for Steve Universe content, what was Rocknaldo? It was just really Pearl was hilarious in it, but
I actually hate fusion cuisine a lot more.
I don't dislike that episode.
Okay, because like Steven's idea for this family dinner, because he wants to look normal or something, his idea is for his 3 gem moms to fuse together into a giant kaiju.
Yeah, and it's really funny.
No, it's not.
Was that a tantrum?
The only thing funny here is your cosplay.
I love you, Nolan.
Exactly. It's
Okay.
the same concept.
You kind of look like one of those things from Spy Kids.
Babyface and Tom, do you guys have one?
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, we're trying to think.
All right.
Well, I got one. Well, that Kesha episode of The Simpsons. Not the episode, just the intro. Just like.
Was the intro that offensive to you?
Well, I mean, it's like you said favorite show, and that Simpsons is my favorite show, but that scene always like, ugh.
Is it just what it represents more so
No.
than the actual thing itself?
It was just like someone's AMV they cut together. It's like, hey, put this as the intro for an episode for some reason.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Jim?
I would, even though I could go for a whole season on this one, there's one episode of early regular show, the LO Governor one. I just never liked that one.
I haven't seen that one.
What was so bad about that one again?
It just wasn't like funny, and I think they did too many episodes where like, hey, this alien race is here, and they're gonna have a party in the house and stuff. And that one just like I didn't like. But also the last season I didn't like much either. So.
Wow.
I got one.
Oh.
So in Milo Murphy's Law, there's like this running joke where they go like, "Oh, the llama incident." Like, they reference it.
They stole the monkey incident thing.
And then they have an episode where they literally just explain it, and that's so much less funny because they explained what it was.
And it didn't live up to expectations.
I mean, not even that, but it's just like it just kind of took the magic away from it.
Yeah,
because it was just this vague thing that they would refer to.
That would be like if Calvin and Hobbes explained what the noodle incident was. The point is that you're not
supposed to be mysterious.
Exactly.
Yeah, the point is it's supposed to be like so vague you could think of anything.
I love that. I love
Yeah,
that. It's like
so-
it's hinting at something that Calvin did that's unspeakable.
Yeah. That's like the whole point of the joke. So if you explain the joke, then you've ruined it.
Absolutely.
And you've retroactively
It's
ruined
like making a Boba Fett movie and removing the mystery, of what he is.
Or a Han
I'm glad
Solo
Star Wars
movie.
won't do that.
So the Boba Fett movie that just got announced, you mean?
What's that?
Directed by James Mangold?
No, it's being directed by director. I don't know.
Sorry, Saber.
Funny joke.
Izzy?
I was probably gonna say Ronaldo, but any Ronaldo episode of Steven Universe is pretty much the worst.
They're not all bad.
Oh no, the Crouching
makes us
Tides,
think of
whatever that
ourselves.
documentary episode was literally like the first episode that did not bring anything new to the show.
I thought it was funny.
It was not.
The transitions were funny. It was so poorly edited, and it was good.
No.
Izzy's mad.
Listen, am I saying it's a good episode? No. Am I saying it made me laugh? Yes. Does that mean I like it? Absolutely.
All right, next question.
I'm sorry.
Let's
No,
go
I didn't get to say anything. What the hell?
Don't let me quiet. All right, next. What's your answer?
Time for the shot. Symbionic Titan episode Tashi 497 was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Was that the one where they get like the pet?
They get the pet,
and it dies.
and
at
then
the
no,
end?
and then like when they're letting it go, Alana says, "After everything we've been through, this one is the hardest."
It was like a day.
It was they've known this stupid little octopus fucker for a day, and then like it dies, and then she says that's the hardest thing she's been through when she had to escape her planet and like leave everybody she know and loved to die. Okay, Alana, whatever.
But does that make the entire episode bad?
Yes.
Kinda, yeah.
Because all it is just looking at this stupid cute octopus that doesn't do anything but like do stupid cute shit.
So monster trucks.
All right,
Sure.
what is your question?
Yeah, next question.
Okay, hi. I've never seen any of you people before, and I don't know any of your names. And if any of you recognize me from anywhere else in this con, it was not me, and you are lying, and I'll deny it. So,
Okay.
here's my
Police, we
question.
found her right there.
Okay, I was going to ask a question about the state of the theatrical animation industry pertaining to Disney and Pixar's stranglehold on it, but I think that's a rabbit hole that probably shouldn't be talked about here.
But we absolutely would love to go down
watching.
there.
Yeah, we actually would
So
like to do
I'm just going to ask you guys whether you think Disney movies are repetitive.
Absolutely.
You jogged my memory, by the way. There's a question I was going to ask the panel, but I forgot. Talking about repetition, all right? I don't understand why they're making Toy Story 4 at all.
Money.
I know, but it
They're not-
bothers me because you couldn't ask for a better ending than Toy Story 3. Yeah, it's like, why? It's like laying something to rest and then taking the corpse back out of the
Do
casket.
you remember that picture on Twitter, that Pixar poster where John Lasseter's like excitedly pitching Toy Story 4 and everybody else is just looking miserable? That's what I think of every time. That's what I think of every time I see or hear about Toy Story 4.
He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt again.
I think that studio for forever has been criticized for that, and in fact, when like Fritz the Cat was being made, most of it was done by Disney animators because they wanted to actually do something different.
Really?
And this has been a problem since the late '60s, but Disney like refuses to do anything different. I mean, they do get pitch stuff. Well, tons of it has been rejected. The Spirit by Brad Bird was one in the early '80s, so it is a problem. But they'll never do anything because there's too much money on the line. There's theme parks, so. Sorry.
Yeah, Walt Disney on his deathbed was like, he watched To Kill a Mockingbird. He was like crying and stuff because he was all like, oh no, I've sold my soul to this corporate machine and I can't make anything else besides these goddamn princess movies.
He really?
But,
I didn't know. He also said his last words were Kurt Russell. Think about it, guys.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you for the question.
Hello.
Hi.
So do you think there's ever going to be a resurgence of 2D animation and theatrical releases?
Well, we have Teen Titans Go the movie.
And My Little
Finally, back
Pony.
to the golden era.
That aren't like TV shows going to the movies.
Besides that,
Yeah.
Eventually, like.
Because the last one was MLP. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
there's I don't.
Besides the
That,
TV
that was like the
Yeah.
best animated movie in 2017. I'm not even gonna apologize for my opinion. You all
just-
can hate me.
They won't put money behind it. They've tried, but they're not. Someone should, because what Cartoon Saloon's been doing lately, like they deserve a better distribution.
Yeah,
Cartoon
wider
Saloon-
distribution, I think, for indie films could do better. And also, isn't Don Bluth like trying to do like a pitch for a Dragon Slayer movie?
He's been doing that for decades.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand that. I don't understand the trying to make Dragon Slayer a movie because doesn't it take what made it unique away from it?
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's the last thing Don Bluth has. So
he's just holding on to it.
Yeah, and those kind of games kind of died out. So like,
yeah.
Dragon's Lair was a pretty crappy game in retrospect.
Ooh.
It's just a quick time event.
True.
Yeah.
They were popular though. FMV QuickTime event games were popular way back when.
A lot of terrible things in history were popular, Nolan.
Name one.
You know.
Thank you for your question.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Next question, please.
Yeah, sorry about coming up here again, but Hayao Miyazaki, pretentious douche or not?
Yes.
What do you?
I fucking hate him.
What did he do to you?
I don't
Have
know.
you seen
I just
Have you
think he's
seen any of the
obnoxious.
interviews he's done where he's just an insufferable like?
No, I just watch cartoons and enjoy them, Nolan.
Shut up, old man.
There's more to cartoons than just the face value, but okay, you know.
I think he might just be a little burned out because he has literally animated more feature films than anyone ever.
I mean,
think
I'll
he's
give him
just a
credit for
bitter
that.
old.
But yeah, by his own volition.
No, I know, but
every
he
song
won't give it up. He has a weird relationship. He literally worked his friend so hard he died. He wouldn't talk to his son for a year because he made a movie he didn't like. I mean,
Yeah, I read about
he's
that
sort of a
recently.
fucked
Yeah.
up dude. I mean, a messed up dude. Sorry.
Yeah, Hayao Miyazaki is like one of the worst animators, like personally. That
I have
I've
a
ever heard
question.
of.
So
Yeah.
this is something interesting. I was talking to my girlfriend's friends about this. When it comes to a creator who makes amazing art yet has a terrible life outside of it, where it's like, oh man, you
Shad
believe
man.
in this or you've done this, but you still are a great artist. Are you guys able to divide that and go, okay, I can make peace that you're a butt, but you made amazing work?
I think it really depends on if it's a big collaboration or not. Because if you don't like the director per se, he's only a small cog in the machine too. He has creative control, but like there's other artists and people working on it. So
That's true. I was watching the Cosby Show yesterday, and
Oh,
When I was with you all day.
Sorry.
sorry.
For me, I really like John K's art style. Not necessarily like his writing or anything, but I just like really appreciate the way he draws things. And like after everything that came out about him, like just looking at it, it's like, yeah, no, I can't separate it. Like he's just garbage.
well, most of what was talented about his stuff was Spumco, not him.
Yeah.
If you've seen any of the stuff he's done by himself, like the Simpsons animated short, the Miley Cyrus, it all looks like crap.
Yeah, but just like looking at some of like his old like character designs, I really appreciate the style, and I definitely see what you mean. Like with Spumco, definitely.
Yeah. It's complicated. I like to just say it's a case by case basis where it's like how severe was the thing they did. So like Hayao Miyazaki, like he's just kind of a douche, but like John Kay is like actual scum of the earth. So
you don't actually have to hang out with them if you watch their stuff. It's just if it acknowledges it in the show, it gets a little like for example, I did bring up Cosby, but like he was an OBGYN in that show, and I don't really want to watch that now. So that's not a joke, that's real.
Yeah.
So I think like if it's something like that, I can understand it. But him being a jerk, I think I can get over it for Kiki's delivery service and so forth.
yeah.
Well, thank you for your question.
Yeah, thank you for your question.
Okay, I'm kind of fanboying here with SABERSpark over there. I thought you were Captain Sparkles for a second, but I don't know why. But then I was like,
I'm
oh,
also
it's
Fat
SABERSpark.
Markiplier.
Don't worry. A lot of us fanboyed when we see
You're not
SaberSpark.
Markiplier?
Yeah. What's your question?
But my question was, do you think franchises that are well known, their movies are sometimes overlooked just because of like, wow, it's this franchise, so it's automatically better in a sense? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Say more publicity, yeah.
Yeah,
Star
favoritism.
Wars, Disney.
But
Nothing comes to mind. I feel bad. I can't like name an. Do you have an example? Or
I'd
do you?
say for sure because like with like Disney and stuff, like everyone for a long time wanted to be Disney, and a lot of people are afraid to. Like a lot of writers and directors and just the people in charge of everything, they're afraid to stray away from that because they know it's a formula that works. And like the Iron Giant's a good example. That was a masterpiece, but the actual company Warner Bros. Was afraid to get behind it.
Yeah, there was a lot of trouble with Iron Giant because the marketing behind it was like very
and
terrible.
since they were afraid to put those resources into it, it was a monetary failure.
I see a pattern in Warner Brothers movies where they are like, oh, we don't believe in this project, so we're not going to advertise it. And when they fail, it's like, see, we told you. It's like, Wow, way to fulfill your own prophecy, you idiots.
Definitely.
All right, well, thank you.
Yes, thank you for your question.
By the way, we will make sure we get through all of you because I want to see if you all are cool with this. When I do a panel and it's like the last 10-minute stretch, we go into a lightning round to make sure that everybody who's in line will get the
Yeah,
questions
I've been
answered.
keeping my eye.
You
on
cool with
the,
that?
Yeah, I've been keeping my eye on the time.
All right.
I also have a gift. That's for later.
You remembered.
What's your question?
Hi, what do you guys think about a Hi Puffy Amiyumi reboot? Because I think the original has cute character designs, but it's kind of.
I'm sorry, who are they?
Hi, the Cartoon Network show back in the early 2000s.
Speaking to
I
the
think
mic.
that needs to stay.
The band. Nobody?
You know what?
We can't hear you.
No,
Hi,
they're asking.
Puffy
I was
Amiyumi.
doing a bit about a Hi Puffy Ami reboot. I was saying they were relevant because I don't know who they are.
I know the.
I think that needs to stay in that time period.
No.
Or you can bring it. So, has anybody seen Agretzico? Yeah, I think that could work as
So-
like a
so like
10-part
Sanrio?
series on Netflix, maybe.
Honestly, I can't really get
Like a
into that
Sanrio
show.
style, like
Yeah.
Hi Puffy
Yeah, I
Ami.
tried.
That'd be pretty sick.
Not for everyone.
I mean, the producer Sam Register of Puffy Amiyumi, like they announced like a few months ago that they were making some sort of baby metal show with the same
What?
producer.
Wow.
Sam Register.
Sam Register's back at it again. I see.
Yeah.
Baby Metal does the theme for Unikitty.
Ooh.
Yeah. So maybe there's. I don't know if it's still gonna happen, but it's been announced a few months ago, so
Yeah.
maybe.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Hi, on the subject of reboots, suggestions from the not early 90s, late 90s. How would you feel about a Dario revival, and do you think it will work in today's
Yeah,
world?
I feel like
in today's
Daria
day?
now, a lot of people act like her.
Well, Daria's like a timeless thing,
I
to be
know.
honest.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
because like the whole reason why people like the show is because of the character, and you can put her into any situation, and she's still
Yeah.
Daria.
I think it was actually before
That's
its
another
time.
thing that I think could work on Netflix.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Everything will work on Netflix better.
I think that would work better than Beavis and Butthead.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Beavis and Butthead would work great for Netflix.
Well, what are your ideas about her being a product of like Generation X and like the MTV like generation? Like, could she fit in today's culture with like internet and computer?
I mean, if she would post like, shit on Twitter. I mean, mean stuff on Twitter and things like that. I think that's what she.
I feel like she would be like super like ironic a lot on Twitter, and she would like post like the worst thing she could find just to be like Daria. I mean that's just my guess. But
Ironic memes.
Yeah,
I feel
ironic.
like she'd be more on
Ironic
Tumblr.
meme Daria for Netflix. Make it happen, MTV. Thank you for your question.
All right, thank you.
Hello.
Well, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, speaking of Netflix, are there any upcoming Netflix animated shows you guys are excited about?
Isn't there going to be a second part to Castlevania, right? Yeah.
Yeah, season 2 of Castlevania.
What's that?
Season 2 of Castlevania is coming.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Disenchantment, Matt Groening's new show. I'm really interested in it just because, and I believe you may have said this on your Tumblr pan, but most Netflix shows have like an ongoing story. So it'll be really interesting seeing Matt Groening and his team tell an ongoing story throughout 10, 13 episodes.
So like the Futurama movies.
Yeah. Plus this is probably the first time in a while that Matt Groening has done like any sort of series, right? Like Futurama's was his last original IP.
Isn't there going to be a She-Ra cartoon on Netflix?
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
I just want the rest
What
of
about
Miraculous
season
season
3?
2.
What about season 3 of F is for Family? Has that been announced? F is for Family?
I like that one. That was surprisingly good.
Yeah, F is for Family season 2 was really good. Like I was blown away by the story that it told.
I'll have to.
I thought it was a Family Guy clone. I'm like, this is gonna be dumb.
Yeah, it looked like it would be really bad, and then it was really good.
I feel that's Netflix's problem when they advertise animated series. They kind of come up as like Family Guy knockoffs. Because I thought for F for Family, I was like, okay, this looks like Family Guy or BoJack
because it was
Horseman. I didn't think
clothes
it'd be
I feel-
anywhere near as.
I
good
feel
as
like
it
they
is.
have to do that by necessity though, because because people like us who like pay attention to animation and stuff see that at face value and kind of go like, oh geez, what's that going to be? But like to every average Joe who just like watches funny stuff on TV, it's like, haha, another
Well,
Family
Family
Guy.
Guy still does amazing on YouTube. Like there are YouTube channels that are like Family Guy clips, and they get like millions of views a day.
24/7 live stream of Family Guy episodes.
Yeah, like this time last year, it was like an anomaly because I would click on like one Family Guy video. I'm not gonna specify why.
Yeah.
You saw
and-
Lois, didn't you, Peter?
No.
Lois?
I don't be associated with watching Family Guy. Anyways, but then like, and my recommended, it would just be
Yeah, you're
dozens of Family Guy
diseased.
clips, and it would say like 20 hours old with like 1 million views, and I was so confused. Like, who's watching?
Mega
this?
clickbait.
Sometimes
Mega
bots.
clickbait
It
too.
is mega clickbait.
Like, oh, Lois's cleavage.
The one thing I would say about Netflix is that I wish they would advertise their other animation properties as much as they did Big Mouth.
Yeah.
Because like,
Well, Big Mouth has a ton of big names on it, doesn't it?
I guess, but it seemed like
Some big
90% of their
actors.
budget for advertisement went to Big Mouth, and then like 10% for everything else.
Unfortunate. This isn't animated, but it's based on an animated property. The Mob Psycho 100 live action show. Shout out to my friend Darren Ermy, who's doing the Greatest Snake card game. Go buy it when it's out. I'm trying to get him to watch it, and he saw the first episode, and he kind of cried. It was great. So I'm really excited to watch the rest of it with him.
Thank you for your question.
But thank you for your question.
For
Yes.
me personally, can I say what I'm looking forward to? It's just
Sure.
one thing, but I think for me, the Netflix show I'm looking forward to the most in 2 words, Carmen Sandiego.
They're rebooting that?
Yeah, they're rebooting it.
Carmen is getting a series on Netflix.
Nice. Well, when it releases, we'll talk about it. That's
Well,
kind
I
of our
think
shtick.
it's coming out next year, I think.
Oh, keep
I
our
hope they
eyes
cross
open.
over with Waldo.
It's just a blank screen. You can't
Yeah.
see anything. Hi.
Hi.
Hello once again.
Yes. What's
yes. On the topic of animated films, I would like to know which animated sequel do you think it will be better, Incredibles 2 or Ralph Breaks the Internet?
Incredibles 2 will look better at least. So.
That's a paradox because they'll both be bad.
No.
Shut up, Nolan. At least jerk butt.
I already
shut up.
I already predicted the plot of The Incredibles 2 on
Don't
Twitter.
you say
so.
a single peep. I don't want to know anything about this movie.
Okay,
right?
at least Incredibles 2 doesn't look like Emoji Movie 2.
Yeah.
Haha, got him. Okay, I'm with Pan on this one.
Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph 2 looks like the Emoji Movie.
Pan won me over. So
I've always been excited for Incredibles 2, and I think that's the only Pixar film people wanted a sequel for.
Yeah.
So I think it has a good head start.
it didn't need one though. It ended perfectly. Why is it back? But yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully they're both good. I'm hoping for the best for
Thank
both.
you. Everybody's more positive than I am.
Yes.
so.
We know, Nolan.
Thank you for your question, Frond.
Hello again. I'm wondering, is there a cartoon that most people either haven't heard of or think is bad, but you would totally go to bat for and think it's good, or it's like, I think this would be really bigger and more popular, or people would think it's good if it was like, if it did something differently, or if it like used its potential differently.
I feel like a lot of people will poop on Clarence, and I love that show. I really do. I think it's got a bad rap.
Yeah, I agree. We had the voice actor on our podcast.
And head writer, I think.
And head writer, yeah. And like I totally started watching it afterwards. I did not give that show the proper chance.
It's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute.
And it unfortunately kind of got ruined its reputation because of what happened with the creator, but yeah.
That's Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir for me. Because, like,
Yeah.
everyone I talk to is like, oh, you watched that show? I'm like, it's a great show.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
I can't watch it because the animation poses are really weird. They're like super those poses will work in 2D, but in 3D it feels like they're toys playing around because they kind of do like over exaggerate it like anime.
What show is this?
Yeah, it's a really, like,
Miraculous
anime
Ladybug.
type of style.
I wish Mile Murphy's Law got a lot more credit than it gets, just because I feel at times it's even funnier than Phineas and Ferb, and I think it's just because Dan Swampy, they worked on Phineas and Ferb so many years that they honed their skills. And with Mile Murphy's Law, it's so like you think it would get formulaic, just like Phineas and Ferb with the what can go wrong will go wrong, but they're really creative with it, and there's like an ongoing story. So if you, because I know some people only watch like new cartoons if there's like story arc for some reason. So if you guys are interested, please check it out. Actually, the season 2 premiere is a Phineas and Ferb crossover, and they've been building up to this crossover since the beginning of the show.
Ooh.
Like, if you go back and watch old episodes, you'll notice, like, they even have the roller coaster from the first Phineas and Ferb. Like, there's a cameo, like, it happens concurrently with whatever episode it's in, I forgot. But yeah, it's good.
I feel like this is more cult, but like Over the Garden Wall was like a masterpiece. It was a masterpiece. And no one talks about it. Like I see word cosplays and I'm like, okay, cool, but like
Jim did a good video about that, talking about how it's like one of those rare like movies or shows that you can actually watch in the fall. Like it really fits the seasonal feel.
No,
of
it's
it.
like a good tradition. Like every fall, I watch Over the Garden
I watch
Wall.
it every
'Cause
day
it's
when I
like
wake up.
it's like between Halloween and Thanksgiving. It like has that feeling within it. I think pretty incredibly well.
If you haven't seen that show, it's on Hulu. I think it's also on Netflix. It's really good.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it.
Sorry to interrupt real quick, but we have 10 minutes left.
Let's
so we gotta
do it.
the lightning
Lightning
round.
round time.
All right, everybody.
All right,
Be
thank
quick.
you.
One
Answer
question.
questions.
Let's go.
Fire away.
This is probably an odd question, but
given the fact that Disney has rebooted Muppet Babies into a CG animated series, do you think the success of that could possibly lead to Disney making like a CG animated reboot of, say, Bear in the Big Blue House, given that they're both properties they own in their Muppet
Maybe.
Studio banner?
Sure. There is a chance for sure.
If it's
Snowball
successful,
effect.
then yes, maybe.
And Muppet Babies, the new Muppet Babies, is actually a lot of fun if you haven't seen it yet.
We'll check it out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so in one of Pan's earlier videos, he mentioned on how this generation we're always doing the 90s reboots and everything. And then I was wondering, is there any shows that you can imagine after the 90s reboots when there's going to be like the 2000s boom?
Oh, yeah.
Like, say, El Tigre, Kappa Mikey, and stuff like that?
Danny Phantom.
Yeah, I'm waiting for I'm waiting for like the live action Danny Phantom TV series that's like Teen Wolf or something, just like
Casper High.
You know, and Meme Daddy Butch Hartman would be 100% behind that.
Yeah, but he's left Nickelodeon. He's going to go work for some streaming service nobody's heard of. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Part of that
Thank
transition.
you for your question.
Thank you.
This is mostly a question for Nolan.
Whoa.
I guess it's around the topics of reboots. What's your thoughts on the Sly Cooper cartoon that's coming out eventually?
I've heard a lot about it that the script was really well received, but some networks aren't picking it up because it's apparently too dark or something. I'm hoping it's good. I hope a new game comes with it because that's what I want the most. But I'm really excited to see what they do with it, especially after what happened with Ratchet and Clank. May it rest in peace.
Yeah.
Also, great shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Sony represent.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you for your question.
Hey, it's Jax Blade.
Jax Blade.
All right. Well, I'm going to make this quick. All right, so what do you guys say, since some series go, like The Simpsons goes on forever, and then, Fairly Odd Parents just recently ended, what do you think is the perfect length for a series? Like, for me, personally, I think Avatar The Last Airbender, 61 episodes, easily rewatchable, like stuff like that. But what do you all think is, like, the perfect length for a series?
6 seasons in a movie?
Yeah.
I think it really depends on the show, because like I look at Cowboy Bebop and that's like perfect, and then it depends on what you're writing and how you're doing it. And ultimately, like how much juice you still have in what you're doing.
It helps too if they have like an actual like end game.
I'd say anywhere from like 1 to 3 big arcs is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
If whatever you write, that should be how long you get.
Well, I think too
feel.
with Avatar, it's like they had a plan from the beginning. They knew how it was going to start and end. That's what you need to do with a series if you want it to be as good as Avatar was.
Yeah, and that's why Korra is bad.
Yeah, I think that's why like Steven Universe kind of like dwindled because it's like there were so many what people say are filler episodes allegedly because Ian says they're not filler episodes. Apparently,
they absolutely are filler episodes.
And there's a lot of things that just don't plan out. Like I was listening to the podcast and they're like, "Oh yeah, when we put Business Gem in Line 3, we had no idea what she was going to be," and I'm thinking, "What?"
But yes, thank you for your question, Jax. We love you.
Yes.
Next question.
Hey, cool. So my question is, when do you think technology is going to improve where individual auteurs can have their vision shown to the world? Animators. Like in the next 10, 20, 30 years?
I mean, I think what one, I don't know if a lot of people know about this movie called Sita Sings the Blues, but that was independently made basically by like one person. And you'll probably see, I'm surprised, that was 10 years ago, I'm surprised we haven't seen it more, but individuals with very small crews making independent animated films should be happening now, and it definitely will be happening in the next 20 years.
Well, it is though. Have you seen Strunsky and the Mysterious House? Like, that movie was done by one man.
Masterpiece. Almost as good as Joshua and the Promised Land.
With the advent of stuff like Toon Boom and After Effects, stuff that like the My Little Pony was made with Toon Boom and After Effects, you could buy that right now if you had the money.
Or find it online.
So like you could make something like Disney level on your own if you wanted to. It would just take a long time. So
the internet really has been a blessing for the average Joe.
Yeah.
The vision out there.
So to answer your question, you can do it right now if you wanted to, but like whether the time of production shrinks is up to
That's how the creators of Cuphead started. Just two guys, like they were trying to make the entire game themselves, and then they started hiring people.
Yeah, everything Cuphead has used, you can get it yourself. All the tools are out there. But thank you for your question.
Thank you.
We're doing good on time, by the way.
We have
left.
5 more minutes.
Let's keep it along.
All right.
We can get all through you real quick if you hurry.
All right. So I just wanted to know, what were your expectations on the canceled FX animated series Deadpool? Before it got canceled.
I'm so mad. I wanted it so bad. That Deadpool. What was it? The test animation. It looked amazing.
Oh, that's unrelated to the canceled one.
Oh, okay.
Tony's?
Yeah.
I thought they were just the animation studio.
That was Titmouse, and the Deadpool one was
Radical
no.
Axis.
The TV show was by the people who did Archer.
Was that like
Radical
a test
Axis.
or something?
Yeah, just a test.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so thanks for nothing, Disney.
Yay.
Just so y'all know, we're going to go ahead and cut the line off at the end. So you are going to be asking the last question. Just letting you
All right.
know. All right.
Thank you for your question. Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Hi.
This is a question for anyone who wants to answer. No matter how many times you watch it, what episode of any cartoon makes you like crack up?
Oh my gosh.
Seasons 1 through 3 of SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I like the election episode of Clone High, where it's like, how did JFK get my spaghetti video? Like that whole thing.
Did you see the pool? They flipped the bitch.
Mine is an animation, but every season of Eric Andre makes me die laughing. But SpongeBob, yeah, that's mine.
Season 3. Piggybacking off of that, I'd say Space Ghost.
Yeah.
No, that was my pick.
Season 3 and 4 of The Simpsons, I guess.
The
I would
Simpsons.
say Simpsons.
Yeah.
Wait, but a specific episode of Space Ghost for me would be Bajork. You guys know that one where like he has like yeah, he has like a wife. And it's a good time to watch it. I can't even explain it.
Thank you for your question.
Hello. My question was, it's actually for like everyone who can answer. Is there a live action to cartoon? Like Pan had a video about the adventures of Kid Danger, and is there a live action to, whether it's a movie or a series, is there a live action to cartoon that you actually like or enjoy?
Clerks.
Yeah, Clerks.
I can't answer.
That's the
A Day with SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, yeah. Anybody else? Okay. Thank you for your question.
Hey, so I know Sabers made a video about his, top cartoon crushes, and Pan's a slut.
His girlfriend is here, dude.
And Pan's a slut for any goth chick that's on the screen. What about the rest of y'all? What would you say your top cartoon crush is?
I'm attracted to women in real life.
Wait, who said that? Paleo?
No, that was me.
Oh, okay. You're okay. You're good.
For a while there, it was Rose Quartz or Mystery Girl. Like those
Oops.
were ones. Hey.
Whoops.
Okay, this might be a bit controversial, but have you seen Star vs. Force of Evil? Anybody here?
Child.
All right. When Meteora's second form, like after she like killed her robot mom, she can get it.
Yeah, but she's not
a thick woman. Thank you.
Nothing compared to Frieza's third form.
Thank you for your question, good sir.
I was gonna say something else.
We got a wife.
Hi, I was just wondering, what are your opinions on cartoons like trying to appeal to social justice warriors? Like, I can't really. Like
I
randomly make a character, like for a reboot, like randomly make a character like a different race than what they usually were, just like no random reason.
If it's a reboot that's in a different context, I think that's fine. Like April from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think she was originally black in the first place.
Yeah,
wasn't
in the
she?
comics, she was originally intended to be black.
I think the only issue I would have is if it's like they took a legacy character that's been the same for like decades,
What
and
about
then
like
they changed it.
Powerpuff Girls 2016?
Oh, you mean like Blistina?
She didn't exist, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
I don't think
I'm
Bliss
mainly
would-
talking about the Sarah Bellum thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Bliss was like a SJW thing. I think it was just like please watch our show thing.
It was.
I think it's less.
We will dab for you.
I don't think anything is like trying to pander to SJWs, more so just somebody's own political stance. Rather.
I mean, it's less social justice warriors and more that the changing demographics of who's consuming media.
Culture
So,
changes.
Yeah.
Also, our time is almost up, but since we have 3 people,
We
can we
will
just
do it.
quickly finish them? Lightning round. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's keep going.
All right.
What's your
Question.
Since a lot of us are tired of reboots, as we've been talking, how
Yes.
exactly do you pitch completely original content that nobody's ever seen before?
The answer- pilots. You can.
You don't.
I mean, like this year we've had like 6 or 7 new shows. We just don't talk about it because there's no complaints about them.
Mhm.
You know, like have you ever noticed you never see like mass amount of like praise on Twitter. It's always negative stuff because no one needs to complain about stuff they like.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is make something intentionally controversial.
Yeah, I
That
guess
does
so.
make them successful. Teen Titans Go, Thundercats got so much free publicity thanks to you guys.
I feel like the negative slant that social media has now is responsible to the caustic critic craze from like 10 years ago, which we can thank the MIA Doug Walker for.
What do you mean? It's right here.
Oh yeah, hey Doug.
Well, Big Mouth had
but
like
yeah,
a negative
thank
thing.
you for
from
your
good-
question.
By the way, great Princess Bubblegum cosplay.
Wait, dude. Nice. Question.
So do you guys feel that like those weird YouTube kids cartoons might like negatively affect animation in the future?
I think they're just a trend that people are cashing in on.
Not in the long run, but in the short term. Like if you like certain different things, then you're going to be suffering for a while.
Do you think like any parent, like little kids will grow up thinking, oh yeah, I remember some Peppa Pig episode I watched on YouTube where he knifed someone or something?
Do you remember? Do you remember Spider-Man and Elsa like taking a bath together?
That's where my foot fetish came from.
Your foot fetish?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm a normal
Dan
Christian
Schneider's
boy.
here.
Yeah. Thank you for your question.
And the last question of the panel.
Last question, then we're just going to say a couple things.
Woo! She's like, where's the bathroom?
Pen, I heard that you have a relationship with Animat.
I love this.
So, how's it go?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him since I recorded a podcast with
Yeah,
him.
I watched some Animat episodes.
Ooh. I wonder what that's about, huh, Pan?
Oh, and SABERSparks.
Yes. I like how you're looking up and down, like, where is he?
How do you feel about watching an anime called Little Witch Academia?
So good. I need to finish
Of course,
it,
you would like an anime
but
about
it's
witch
cute as
girls.
heck. But Art, thank you for your question.
Wait, yeah. Two last things we're gonna say. We're handing out free posters.
Yeah.
And also, I mentioned a gift here. Just pass that down the line. That's for you, Saber.
Nolan, it's not even Christmas yet. Bless it. Hey guys, thank you all for coming out for the panel. Enjoy your
We're
MomoCon.
giving out posters right here.
Here?
Yeah, just
How about
take
this?
them. Who
Line
cares?
We're not
up
doing it
over
here.
this
Forget
way,
what I
guys.
said.
Move over here. I'm gonna hand them out over in this direction, all right? So we can free up some space.
Oh, it's all right.
Absolutely. Pan.